Matacrit. This is Matthew. Before I start this review, please subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell to be notified of any reviews at the bottom of this video. In this episode of the Matacrit, I'll be reviewing and analyzing Deadpool 2 that's currently on Disney+. I'll cover some topics in this episode. Deadpool 2 will take place after the first Deadpool. The question is why I am reviewing Deadpool 2. That is simple, as Deadpool and Wolverine will come out this year, 2024. And it makes sense to review this movie, Deadpool 2, to help get a refresher. Deadpool will be hired as a contractor, and he'll be after particularly bad people. He'll be in China and other places around the world taking out prominent bad people. In one scene, he was dressed as a stripper, and he killed a person. He had the wig and everything he needed to have a disguise. This movie will deal with him training as an X-Men, and he must learn from classes and his family, and that he must do what he must do. He'll meet Russell first, and he does not want to protect the kid, but later he decides to protect him, as this will help in redeeming what happens to Vanessa. He wants to do a slow death from cancer. He will grow in this movie. Yes, he's still the merc with the mouth, and he breaks the fourth wall, that he still talks to the audience in this movie. I'll make the comparison to the Lizard, and will explain that later in this episode. I'll give him a read in this video. Hope this episode is hard. Read, watch, and learn. Please consider signing up for Patreon, YouTube memberships, or purchasing stickers at the bottom of this video. If 10 or more people sign up for Patreon or YouTube memberships at $10 or higher, I'll give those people a shirt. This will be a fantastic way for you to support the channel. As I said, if you do not want to do that, you can purchase stickers at the bottom of this video, or you can go to my website at www.matacrit.com and go to shop and get cool merchandise to help support the channel. Thank you. As I mentioned before, Deadpool feels bad about what happened to Vanessa in this movie. He is smoking a cigarette in this movie. He shows Logan being impaled by the tree, and he's upset at Wolverine. He says Wolverine rode my coattails with the R rating and yups the ante by dying in that movie. He says, guess what? I am dying in this movie as well. He tells the audience, I want to see what I can do to die. He throws the cigarette in the gas and it blows up with Deadpool and his body being apart. Because of the mutation in growth limbs. If you think about it, this is like the Lizard in Spider-Man. Why the Lizard? Not as simple as Lizard can grow limbs back. If it loses its tail, it can grow it back, and that is why the Lizard did in Spider-Man. Dr. Kirk Connors lost his arm in combat, but he uses lizard DNA to help grow his arm back. It backfires. It turned him into a lizard and made him into a monster. This would be considered a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde situation. Deadpool will feel bad about what happened to Vanessa. Deadpool was with Vanessa after he had his adventure with killing. This is after he talked to Dumbledore about Dumbledore becoming a contract killer. Dumbledore tells Deadpool that he would like to become a contract killer like him. He tells him that you have a purpose. I want to be your Kirsten Dunst, Tom Cruise, like in an interview with the vampire. Deadpool told Dumbledore, let's never speak of this. Dumbledore told Deadpool, you are my Tom Cruise. Deadpool tells Dumbledore that you are my Kirsten Dunst. He goes into the apartment and sees Vanessa. Vanessa tells Wade Wilson that the baby factory is open for business. This is after Wade Wilson gave her the skee ball to him. That is a reference to the first movie when Wade Wilson and Vanessa played skee ball. Vanessa gave him the IUD, which is a device that keeps her from getting pregnant until she's ready to do so. This is when she tells him that the baby factory is open for business. This means that Vanessa can get pregnant. Wade Wilson tells her, I want a little boy or a little girl. To him, it does not matter. He's afraid of being a father because of his father, but Vanessa tells him that kids help us to be better than we used to be. Kids give us that chance. She's right that it is a choice in who we decide we want to be in this world. Vanessa is right that it is a choice. I do not have my own kids, but if I did, I would do my best to be a good father. Is that I just not been lucky in finding the right woman. Wade Wilson and Vanessa were lucky to find each other. It's hard to find love, and you must be willing to stay with it. The viewer can tell they are right for each other, and that is hard. All this gets ruined when someone breaks into Wade Wilson and Vanessa's apartment. Wade Wilson tells Vanessa to get down. She does, and he kills all of them except one of the assailants. He misses it, and it hits the person with the cheese spreader. That person ends up killing Vanessa, and Wade Wilson will jump out of the window and chases that person. That person gets away, but later gets hit by a car. Wade Wilson pulls him out of the car, and he pulls him against him, and they get in front of the truck and kills him. But Wade Wilson survives. The credits will start off with the film of a James Bond movie. It was the film that a viewer would see Deadpool 2 and the music of how a James Bond movie would start. Just like in the first movie, had the credits written by real villains. choreographed by Blind Out. It's the movie's way of making fun of itself. It's good that it does this. It will get the viewer back to the story. Wade Wilson will be at Blind Out, and he's looking for a reason to die. His Blind Out tells Wade Wilson that you will probably do something stupid knowing you. Wade Wilson tells her, "Yes, Al, you are right. I am going to do something stupid." He puts on his mask after saying that. He is in his Deadpool suit, and this is where he will take the viewer to the beginning of the movie, and he throws the cigarette in the gas barrel. Wade Wilson will be at the X-Men mansion, and he'll be distressed in clothes thanks to Colossus. As Colossus tells him, "You need family. You cannot afford to be alone." He has survivor's guilt about what happened to Vanessa. As Colossus told him, "You need to get over what you are feeling." Wade Wilson says, "You think the studio would have thrown us a bone to give us another X-Men?" The viewer will see Beast, and Beast will close the door to the room. Colossus put Wade Wilson against the wall to knock sense into him. He needs to be reminded that he is not alone. He needs to get over his guilt. Colossus tells him his heart is in the right place. "You have a good heart." Wade Wilson hugs Colossus after he tells him that. Wade Wilson will be sitting with Cerebro on his head, and he tells Colossus that it smells like Patrick Stewart. This is where the movie makes fun of the other X-Men movies in itself. Wade Wilson tells Colossus, "You have a mission." Wade Wilson later learns that Colossus wants him to go with them. It's hard, but Wade Wilson will get his Deadpool suit. He later meets Russell at the facility that was torturing these kids that are mutants. This so-called doctor tortures these kids that are mutants. The X-Men are going to help escalate the situation. Deadpool realizes from what this kid tells him after he stops him from hurting people. He realizes he cannot let this kid go back to these people. He shoots the people after calling one of them Jared Kushner. Colossus will later jump on it and tells Wade Wilson, "You are not judged during execution." Wade Wilson tells Colossus that this kid is abused. "You can always tell. I fight for what is right, and sometimes that means you must fight dirty." He is right. Sometimes there is no choice but to do what you need to do. Colossus is disappointed. Wade Wilson and Russell later get transported to the ice bomb. This is a better scenario than Russell going back to that man that is a hateful individual. This so-called doctor reminds me of those white supremacists. There were these schools that were supposed to take the Indian out of the Indian, Native Americans. A good example would be in 1923, which I reviewed for this channel. I mentioned in that series white people who use religion to try to take the Indian out of them. They consider them evil. This person in this movie is doing it with these kids who are mutants and telling them there's something wrong with them. Wade Wilson will later meet Cable at the icebox. He told the kid earlier, "Without my powers, I am Hawkeye with a bow and arrow." His only superpower is cancer. Wade Wilson will wonder why Cable with the Winter Soldier arm is after him, and later the kid. This makes fun of a lot of different Marvel content. Cable and Wade Wilson will have a fight. Cable will tell Wade Wilson he is from the future. He asks Cable, "Is dubstep still a thing?" Cable tells him dubstep's for pussy. Wade Wilson, "You're so dark. Are you sure you're not from the DC universe?" This will cause Wade Wilson to be thrown out of the prison, and he will have the collar. He is in the water, and he will try to get to Vanessa in the spiritual realm. But she tells him that his heart is not in the right place. She tells him that kids give us the chance to be better than we are. He realizes that he needs to rescue the kid. Wade Wilson will be in his Deadpool suit and with Weasel, his friend that works at the bar. He and Weasel will be working toward getting the X-Force together. The team will have characters such as Vanisher, Donald, and other people that are on this team. They will have Peter that has no powers on the team. They will go after the convoys transporting the prisoners from the icebox to another prison. This will end disaster as most of the team ends up dead except Deadpool and Domino. Deadpool will run to Juggernaut. Juggernaut will break his legs after Deadpool mentioned each issue that Juggernaut has been in, such as a support comic. He will later grow his legs back like Blizzard does in Spider-Man, and how he grows his limbs back. As not to be revealed, nothing more revealed here. It does bring the viewer to the climax of this story. I'll give it a rating. I give Deadpool 2 a 10 out of 10. I know there are people that liked it and those that they hate it. I personally believe that this movie was done well and was a fun movie to watch. It does well when Deadpool breaking the fourth wall. He had a scene with Cable when Cable told Deadpool that he had one charge to get here and one to get back home. Deadpool will tell him that he says that is lazy writing. The movie does well in making fun of itself and stays true to the Deadpool character. Please go to www.mattacom and check out my blog. There'll be a bunch of blog posts that you can check out on my website. My website has links to other websites such as Patreon. You can sign up for YouTube memberships by hitting the join button at the bottom of this video or hitting the link to my channel if you're on my blog and go in there to do that. As I mentioned before, you can purchase stickers at the bottom of this video or check out my store on my website. Thank you. Please check out my playlist of Marvel reviews and endless coming right now. Please check out my review of Deadpool coming right now. Thank you. Please like this video if you found it helpful. Please subscribe to my channel. Please hit the notification bell to be notified of any videos the volunteering plans to cover down the road in the comment section below. Please share this video and you know this my channel grow. Remember, do not forget to read, watch, and learn. Thank you.